Hello, everybody, and welcome back into Gamecock Central. Kendall Smith alongside of Wes Mitchell here to break down South Carolina's newest commitment in the class of 2023. Eddie Lewis, a wide receiver out of Memphis, has joined the Gamecocks from the transfer portal. And Wes, this is a big-time pickup for South Carolina. Lewis was in town this past weekend for an official visit. Didn't take long to commit to the Gamecocks. So let's just go ahead and kick things off with the big question. What is Lewis like as a receiver? What kind of impact can he make for this South Carolina team right off the bat?
Yeah, Kendall, I think you see that they wanted to add an instant impact receiver from the portal, and they're able to do that with Eddie Lewis, who committed to Shane Beamer on Monday night. We saw the welcome home come out, and he's a versatile guy. He plays outside, he plays in the slot. In some ways, size wise, how they use him, it actually is a little bit similar to Josh Vann, I feel like, who obviously South Carolina will be looking to replace this year. And, we know they had Juice Wells coming back, but it seemed like they wanted another impact guy. And, they seem to value versatility, guys that can move around at the receiver spot, has some speed, has experience, only 1 year of eligibility left. And, I think this is a matter of just using the portal to your advantage, getting someone who can come in. They get Rattler back, they get Juice Wells back. This is another impact guy who can go make some plays. They want to spread the ball around. I think obviously Juice is the guy in that receiving core, but this gives them another sort of second or third option as far as the receiving game goes at South Carolina.
Yeah, always great to add depth if you're South Carolina. And you mentioned Lewis's speed there, which I think brings up an interesting point. Not only is he a great receiver, but also has been known to be a pretty good punt returner. So his versatility there is certainly helping the Gamecocks, Wes.
Yeah, I go back to Josh Vann. Obviously, this maybe gets overlooked a little bit, but Vann was really, really good as South Carolina's punt returner, really solid back there and being sure-handed and then making some plays as well. South Carolina going to have to replace that going into next year. So with Lewis, you have a guy who did that for Memphis. I did a quick count. He had, I think, 5 returns of 20 yards or more this past season, had a 60-yarder for a touchdown, was a pretty sure-handed guy, only muffed 1 punt this year, and caught all the other ones. I think there were about 60 opportunities to catch balls there, and he caught all of them but one. So, I think he'll come in and compete for that spot as well. Made some plays there. Again, like I said, had a 60-yarder for touchdown. And we all know Pete Limbo and the special teams, Shane Beamer and special teams, what a priority that is for South Carolina. So I think that is kind of a little bit of a hidden value to getting someone like him. And interestingly enough, Lewis wasn't there when Limbo was at Memphis, but Limbo did coach at Memphis as special teams coordinator before he got to South Carolina. So I'm sure there was some carryover there as far as familiarity. He was probably involved in recruiting him there. And obviously there's probably some carryover from what they like to do on special teams at Memphis.
So Wes, you already kind of mentioned the speed, the versatility, but in looking at Lewis's tape, what are some of the other things about him that really jump out to you?
Yeah, and I'll be honest, if the fans that go out there and Google guys and look at them on YouTube, there's not a lot of video out there. Like I've had to sort of go through some different Memphis games and try to find it. But a pretty high volume catcher, was right up there as far as leading them in receiving yards last year. I think second in receptions, 7 touchdowns. Seems to catch the ball out front with his hands, so has pretty sure hands. Didn't drop a lot of passes. And just as sort of that receiver that's going to find a way to get open. I don't think he's a burner or this sort of 6'5", 6'6" guy. He's about 5'11", 6 feet. So, again, I watched him. I was like, he really just kind of reminds me of a replacement for Josh Vann. So you're talking about a solid overall receiver, can play in the slot, but mostly for them, played outside, did some things down the field in the passing game as far as deep balls go. And, again, I go back to just having someone else that has experience. He started his career at Rutgers, Kendall, did a year at JUCO, then at Memphis, now has hit the portal, and obviously he's going to want to put everything on the line. This is sort of a contract year, final chance to show everybody what you can do in the SEC before he tries to make that jump to the NFL.
Eddie Lewis coming to the South Carolina Gamecocks via the transfer portal, formerly the transfer portal. That word, I can't say it no matter how many times I try. It is a very difficult thing for me to say. Coming from Memphis, wide receiver. So big pickup for the South Carolina Gamecocks as they shape this 2023 class, starting to kind of finish things off here. There will be a second portal period after spring practice ends. So South Carolina kind of finishing off this term with the December, January transfers, and then they'll try to pick up a few more when spring practice ends. So we'll keep you posted with all of it on GamecockCentral.com and at Gamecock Central on our social medias. But Wes, appreciate it as always, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks for all the hard work you're putting in. Everyone give Wes some props and thumbs up and love, because he is
you are the best,
working real hard for everybody out there to make sure you are kept up with all things South Carolina football. We'll see you soon, though. I'm Kendall Smith. He's Wes Mitchell, and have a great day, everybody.